Hello, welcome to People in Perspective. I'm Burkley Fulton, and my guest for this edition is Maggie Leiteritz. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Miss Leiteritz, what do you do at Riverside Brookville High School?
I'm a guidance counselor in the Student Services Department.
Wow, what do you do?
What do I do specifically? The job responsibilities. I work with kids basically in three areas: academic, social, emotional, and career choices in college. So the academic, I check grades. I work with them to pick appropriate classes to match up with their career goals after high school. So social, emotional, I deal with if they have problems with their peers, or if they're dealing with some issues that maybe some hurdles in their lives that they need to overcome. And then the career in college, I help them find a career, and if they are interested in going to college, to find the right college for them.
That's nice. What challenges does this position present?
I would say probably the challenges would be the caseloads. The guidance counselors' caseloads are about 300, and I foresee that going up with enrollment. That the caseloads being that high, that sometimes presents a problem when you're trying to meet the needs of all the students. When I was first started here 9 years ago, our caseloads were much lower, and they've just increased every year. Probably the second challenge might be in student services. We used to have a registrar, which typically every high school has, and a registrar takes care of transfer-ins. They take care of the transcript, college applications, transcripts, sending them. And it seems that a lot of the paperwork has been divvied up amongst people, several different people, and sometimes we're shuffling as guidance counselors a lot of paperwork or trying to track down paperwork. So those are probably the two biggest difficulties of the job.
I see. What do you enjoy about your job?
Well, thankfully the joys outweigh the challenges. So I really got into the profession because I like working with kids, especially one-on-one. So it's my time in the office with kids, talking with kids, and probably some of the biggest joys come when maybe a student lets me know that they got into a college, or they got a job that they were seeking, or sometimes even if they got an A on a test. So those are, when the kids share their joys with me, that's what I like most about the job.
That's really great. Can you describe your work history for me, please?
Sure. So I've been at RB for 9 years as a guidance counselor. Prior to that, I was a dean of students at Glenbard South High School in Glen Ellen for 9 years. And then before that, I was a high school science teacher for 4 years at Hillcrest High School in the south suburbs.
What are your goals for this year?
Well, ironically, I've just been going through the evaluation process, and my goals relate to, they're pretty much aligned with our department, Student Services Department, and the school goals, the district goals. But basically to help students, to get more students to graduate high school, so to raise our graduation rate, and also to increase our matriculation rate, which is getting more students to pursue college or trade school, or pursue something of their interest in their post-secondary options.
What are your hobbies, Miss Leiteritz?
Let's see, my hobbies. I love to play golf, and I typically play a lot of golf in the summer with my friends, probably twice a week. But I also love to cycle, and I that's really my true passion. And I try to cycle at least 5 days a week when it's nice weather, and even when it's not nice weather, I still try and get out. And I usually cycle the Salt Creek Trail, which is near my house. But I've also, my other passion is traveling, and I like to combine cycling and traveling, and I've cycled in many different countries, and it's been a great time.
Where have you traveled to? I'm really curious.
I've traveled to I've traveled to a lot of places, but I've been to Europe several times, and I have cycled. I've done cycling trips in Amsterdam, or I should say in the Netherlands, in Belgium, in Ireland, Italy, and Austria. And typically when I do a cycling trip, I combine other countries to travel to when I'm out there. But I've also cycled many states in the United States, and typically I do a week-long trip.
What would you recommend to other people who want to be a counselor one day?
I would recommend to get to know the kids as much as possible. That definitely helps to make the job a little bit easier. Spend time, as much time as you can. Unfortunately, sometimes the other responsibilities and the paperwork get in the way, but to spend as much time as you can with students. And probably, can I add two things?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. The second thing would be to be prepared to work with students on finding the right fit for colleges. They don't necessarily teach that in school when you're working on a master's degree to become a guidance counselor. That's not part of the state requirements, but certainly when you get into the job, you're going to have to know a lot about college counseling.
I see. So, yeah, that's really great to know. So, do you really like it?
This is a job that's really made for me, I think, because I just really like working with the kids, and I did like being a teacher, but probably some of the teachers in the school could say that it can sometimes be pretty grueling, especially when class sizes are high. But I think of all the 3 positions that I've had in a high school, I would say that I like this one the most.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Leiteritz, for joining me on People in Perspective. I'm Burkley Fulton. Thanks for watching.